welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this really gorgeous look using my Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I've had this ever since it came out, kind of-ish, but I haven't had a chance to do a video on it, so I'm so excited to do a video on this gorgeous palette. If you want to learn how to get this look, then please keep on watching. Alright you guys, so we're going to start off by priming our eyelids. I'll be taking my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Primer. Our lids are primed. I'm going to be taking my Hourglass translucent veil powder using my Luxie large 33 fluff brush. And then whatever is left, I'm going to go ahead and just set my brows as well. Today we're going to be using, or I'm going to be using, the really gorgeous new Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I had to pick it up, you guys. You guys know that I love my Natasha Denona palettes and I rave about them all the time. So the Sunrise palette was no different, and this was actually, she made the palettes a little smaller, and she made the pans a little bit smaller, so the price went down just a little bit. I believe this was like $60, almost $70, and her regular palettes are about $139, which I think is still a really good deal for this palette because the formula is just the same. It blends so beautifully. I have no issues using it or blending the shades out. Just as amazing as her original sized palette, but the price I feel like is much more, people will be more willing to spend this price because even though it is expensive, it's not like $130 expensive, and there's still a really good size. I know as a person who loves makeup and is always buying new makeup launches, I will not be hitting pans on her full size palettes unless that's just something I wear every single day. And although I love all the palettes I have from her, I do have other palettes that I'd like to use and switch off as well. So I haven't hit pan on any of those shadows, to be honest with you. So I feel like this is still a really good size. You get to test out her shades, her formula, and how they work. And you're not breaking the bank. And it's still a good size to try it. Nice shades, and yeah, I really enjoy the new pricing, and I hope she does this continuously with her other palettes as well, so people will get to try more palettes from her, because I do understand that $139 is quite expensive and not everyone wants to spend that money on makeup. But this is really gorgeous. I've used this a couple times. If you really like pinky tones, this palette is really up your alley. I don't have the Lila palette, I believe, but I love these shades. Like, there is the purple and there is the mauves, there is the pinky shades, but there's still some neutral shades that you can use from. So I really enjoy this palette, and I'm excited to create a look with you guys, however you want to take it. So before I go ahead and move on to the eyes, let's start with some lip balm. This is the Fresh Sugar Peach Hydrating Lip Balm. I actually really like this, and I hope they come out with a little actual tube in it. Love peach anything, and it smells so good. It's like so hydrating, and I just want to put it on and never stop applying it. I just love lip balm. You know me, then you know I love lip balm, and I'm always carrying a lip balm. So let's get started with the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and take my JH30 brush and take Morgan, which is this really pretty light peach shade right here. And this will be my first transition shade. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend it and apply it in the middle. Start from the middle and move windshield wiper motions. I'm kind of going at an angle also. It's just like such a really bright color. This looks way brighter like on your eyes than in the pan. And then with the same JH30, I'm going to go ahead and take the color Morning, which is a very light peachy shade, like peachy yellow shade. I'm going to add this on top of Morgan. And I'm going to take my Morphe M441. I'm going to be taking the color Citrine, which is this really pretty gorgeous yellow right here. It's a matte shade. And I'm going to apply this into the outer corners. This is my first time using this shade, so I'm excited. She did have a yellow shade in her Sunset palette too, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but was a really gorgeous palette as well. Ooh, that is pretty. It's starting to look like a sunrise. That is really pretty. I'm going to go ahead, go in with the color Carnelian, which is this orangey yellow color right here, and apply that right on top of Citrine using the same brush. Kind of like a mustardy yellow. I'm just going to pat it on first. That is so pretty, you guys. Back with my JH30, taking Morgan once more, which is the first shade we used, which is that light peachy sorbet shade. I'm just going to go ahead and use that to blend everything out. Just bringing that shade back into the crease a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take a new M441. Start going with some deeper shades. This is Jasper, which is a very burnt orangey red color, like a burnt orange. Really gorgeous shade. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the outer corners. So pigmented, as you can see. I'm going to start by tapping it in the outer corners first. See where I want to lay this product, and then blend inwards. We are going to take my Morphe R37. I'm going to be going in with the color Glory right here. This really pretty, like, deeper magenta shade. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of like purpley, like a blue tint. Like that. I'm going to apply this on top of Jasper, just to give it kind of like a purple hue. Now I'm taking my JH33, and I'm going to go in with the deepest matte shade in this palette called Clove, which is a really gorgeous dark deep plum color. I'm going to smoke this out. I'm going to like tap it on top of Glory first. Go ahead and apply the lid shade. I'm deciding between the colors Poppy and Flock, which are these two shades right here. This is more of like a reddy shimmery shade, and this is more of a purpley shimmery shade. I do really like them both, so I think I might mix them. I'm going to go ahead and take the JH41 and mix the both, taking Poppy first and then Flocks. And then I'm going to take my Urban Decay Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. I'm going to spritz a little bit of it just so it's a little bit amplified. So pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and take my JH33 with a little bit of Clove and just blend this out first in the outer corners. Now I'm going to be taking my ColourPop brush, if I can find it. I just saw it. Oh, painter brush. I'm just going to blend this out ever so slightly. This is the eyes with both of the lid shades on. I kind of look a little bit scary because my eyes are like red and I don't have any face makeup on. So I also wanted to go ahead and take the color Azalea right here, which is a really gorgeous light, kind of like Poppy, but this is much more like an orangey, has like an orangey shift. I don't know if you can tell because it looks really purple here, but when I look at it in person there's like a little bit of an orange shift. So I want to go ahead and plop this on top, kind of just like press it. I don't know if you can tell if there's a difference, but I just wanted to do that. We're going to move away from the eyes for just a little bit and move on to the complexion. I'm going to go ahead and take my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in number 4. Just apply on the high points. And I'm still recovering from the texture. It's like kind of going away, but it's ultimately still there, so I don't want to bring attention to it. I'm just going to avoid tissue that flew. I'm just going to avoid that area. Taking my Morphe E50, just going to go ahead and blend this out. It's really gorgeous. If I had, if my skin was a little bit better, I probably would wear this alone because it's so gorgeous. And it kind of gives a little bit of coverage too. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like people with like gorgeous perfected skin can wear this by itself with such a pretty glow, and it does give like a little bit of coverage. I feel like I need a lot of coverage because I just have so much discoloration. Add on some foundation. I'm going to be using my Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. This is in the color 230 Buff Warm. Apply it with my Morphe MB9. Just using this foundation brush to spread everything. I rediscovered this brush. I've had this for a long time because Morphe doesn't even have this gunmetal collection anymore. This is the Morphe G4. I wish I would bring it back. So I'm just going to use it to blend everything out. Kind of look like a vampire out for blood right now. Take whatever I have left in the back of my hand and my beauty blender and just blend. Alright, so we're going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy in Ginger. So I'm going to let this concealer kind of get tacky for just a little bit, and then I'll be right back to blend it out. I blended it off camera just because it was just a lot easier that way, and I know you've guys seen it 100 billion times, so I didn't want to bore you even more. And use my brightening concealers. This is the L'Oreal Full Wear... the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealers. I'm going to be using the colors 360 Cashmere and 355 Vanilla. 360 first. This is going to be 355 Vanilla. More yellow. And so because this concealer kind of dries a little bit faster, I'm not going to let it set in too long. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and take my Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Powder and go ahead and set bake under my eyes. Creases. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Hourglass powder just because I want it to be kind of more blurred out underneath my eyes, but I want a more, kind of more matte for the rest of my face. I mean, the translucent powder from Hourglass is just their veil, but in a loose version. So it's not exactly going to matte me up, but it's still going to give me that little bit of shine. I'm back, and we're going to dust this off. So we're going to take, where's my brush? The Morphe R13, taking my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder number 2. Off the powder. Taking the Dose of Colors large powder brush, I'm just going to lightly set everything. Head and bronze up the face. Take my Marc Jacobs Omega TanTastic bronzer. This is TanTastic, which is the lighter one. The more neutral looking one. Using my e.l.f. complexion brush. After bronzing up our face, I'm going to go ahead and lightly chisel the cheeks. I'm using my Lorac Take Me to Tantego. I've been loving using Tantego right here, which is a deeper bronze color. Taking the Morphe E4. Slightly chiseling it. Go ahead and carve it out. I'm going to take my Hourglass powder again and then just blend it out on the bottom. I went ahead and tight lined and also smoked out my lower lash line. I'm going to show you what I did. I used my Dose of Colors eyeliners. This is Loyal, and I went ahead and tight lined my upper lash line, and on my lower lash line I used Cloud of Wine, and I kind of smudged it out for more of a cohesive look. I'm going to go back with the Sunrise palette, and I'm going to be taking the color Jasper right here with my Makeup Shack T66. I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the lower lash line. Taking my Dose of Colors shader brush, I'm just going to go ahead and blend. After blending it out, I'm going to go ahead and soften it even more, going in with Morning and Awakening. Sorry, no, Morning and Morgan. I don't know where I got Awakening from. I'm going to go ahead and blend. What I'm also going to do, just to ground my lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and take a flat shader brush. This is the JH43. I'm going to take Clove, which is that really deep purple. I'm going to go ahead and smudge it very close to the lash line. I'm going to blend it a little bit too low. I don't know, but we will see. I also want to add some inner corner highlight. I'm going to be taking the JH39, and I'm going to take the color Agate right here and add that to the inner corner. I usually don't apply inner corner highlight, but we'll see. So I went ahead and applied some mascara. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. And for lashes, I'm sure you can tell because they're a lot more dramatic. I'm wearing, these are called Fifth Avenue from KoKo Lashes, so they're more dramatic. I thought they'd look really pretty with this eye look. I've worn them once before, so they're still really brand new, and I'm kind of like trying to push them down a little bit because I don't want them to stand up too much. I'm going to apply some blush. I think I'm going to go ahead and apply the NARS Liquid Blush in the Lustre. I'm just going to pump some on the back of my hand. A little bit goes a long way. ColourPop brush. I'm just going to kind of mix it on the back of my hand because I did apply powder already, so. Like, this is the color I've used it in a video before a long time ago. I'm also going to go ahead and take the Becca Light to Medium Be the Light palette. Take my powder brush and I'm going to take a little bit of the brightening powder and the blur powder, which are the sides here. They're kind of very similar to the Hourglass. I'm going to apply some highlight. Today I'll be using the Anastasia loose highlighter in Hollywood. Using my A23. Ahead and blend out once more. Beauty Brow Blowout in Soft Brunette. Soft brown. Go ahead and set my face using my Urban Decay setting spray. I went ahead and also applied some lower lash line mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Discovery. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some lip color on. I will be taking my Coconut Lip Liner from Kylie Cosmetics. Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Ashton. Will go well with the dramatic eye. Can I tap it? This actually is a little brown for my liking. I'm going to be taking my Dose of Colors mini collection in Boatable. Is much better. Ashton kind of dries down a little bit too dark. Is the end of my tutorial using the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter if you haven't already to stay updated with new uploads or pictures that I post when I'm not on YouTube. And I'll see you guys in the next one.